Hello, beautiful people, and welcome back to another episode of the Arsenal Career Mode Season 2, PS5, realistic, all of those beautiful things. And without any further ado, we are going to get into the first game of the episode here against Brighton in the league. A game which we really should be able to win. Possibly even a game where we can start to rotate some players. Certainly what we're going to do against Norwich. 3 league games today, 1 game in the Champions League that is going to be essential to win, and maybe 1 game after. We might do another 5-game episode. I'm not exactly sure. We'll take a look here at our calendar. We're going to play Brighton and Norwich and Wolves, and then we have Victoria. Maybe we'll play Everton, because that would set us up in a nice position to get into the January transfer window sooner. December is very congested. It's going to take a little bit to get through it. We are going to start getting into it today. So starting off here against Brighton, hopefully a game that we're able to win. A game I'm going to make some rotations, and hopefully it works out for us. And Mwepu there in center mid, a player who is no longer going to be able to play football. He had a heart condition, and it's really sad to hear about, to be honest. All right, so Vieira hasn't played in a minute, so I'm going to play him today. Neto hasn't started in a while. Neither has Xhaka. Let's get Xhaka in there. Patino might be able to feature today. So can Livramento. And Marquinhos up to 80 overall. You know, maybe we give him a chance today as well. All right, that is the squad I'm going to go for today. Hopefully it's strong enough to win. Pretty much our full strength back line, except for Livramento. And we have Rice in the midfield and Jesus up top. Everything else completely rotated. Marquinhos coming in here for a rare game. Hasn't played for us as much this season. I do feel a little bit bad about that. But breaking into the 80s, you know, he's staking a claim that he wants to be played more. I'll see if I can give him some more minutes. All right, game has begun. We've done really well this season. Top of the table. How long is it going to last? Will we win the league? Will we ever know? I don't know. Hopefully. Hopefully we do win the league, man. Because, you know, Champions League success is really the main goal. But winning a league title as well would really be the icing on the cake. God, I should have shot it with Vieira. I thought laying it off one more time would do well. It did bad. That's a great ball for Isaka. All right, Vieira into Neto, into Jesus, and that is too easy. Brighton has allowed Gabriel Jesus to get another goal to his tally this season. Is he going to beat his tally of last season? I don't know. I think he started off a little bit slower this season than the last, but I mean, come the end of the season when he's maybe 88 overall, he's just going to be banging them in for fun, so it's hard to say what record he's going to hit, if he'll hit a record. But I do know that he's going to lift some silverware this season. Maybe not himself, because he's not our captain. But, you know, he's in with a shout to be our captain. Oh, my God. Vieira with a long shot there, forcing the keeper into a last-ditch save there. Marquinhos! Marquinhos given a rare league start, and he starts off the game with a goal, putting us 2-0 in the lead. And this team it's just like a hot knife through butter. We're able to cut open any defense we so please. And Brighton here today playing with 3 at the back. We've never really struggled against 3 in the back. In fact, it's way easier for us to break down. And we've been doing well to do that so far in today's game. What a tackle there by Gabriel. All right, Vieira, what you got for me, bro? Into Marquinhos. Marquinhos sends 2 defenders to the shops. But the goalkeeper is good on the save. Fabio Vieira will take this corner. Saliba tries to get a head onto it, and somehow that is a goal kick. And that is going to be half-time. 2-0 in the lead. At home against Brighton. Never really looking like we were going to struggle at any point in this game. Brighton yet to register a shot on goal. And I think that means that we can bring in Patino for Rice. I want to see what Patino could do today. It's a weak midfield compared to our usual suspects. But yeah, I mean, I think Patino deserves some game time. We're definitely doing well enough this game to allow him to get in. And I'll let Jesus stay on. Maybe he can get himself some more goals, add to his tally of this season. You know, I'm working with you, Jesus. I know you want to score. And I'm trying to get you in those positions to score. As Neto runs through here. Into Marquinhos. Into Jesus! Jesus heads it straight at the keeper. But today, I mean, this has been a game where we have not had a worry in the world. Fabio Vieira played through here. Jesus is just too open. And he is going to dispatch that into the net for 3-0. Fabio Vieira getting his assist. Is that Jesus' second goal on a hat trick today? Will he get it? Probably. The way we've been playing, we've been absolutely dismantling Brighton today. But yeah, I mean, our defense today has just been so compact. Lamptey has come in and he's really helped Brighton a lot. They've been playing so much better since it's... I don't even know, has he been on the pitch the whole time today? I doubt it, because ever since this last 5 minutes, everything is coming through him. And absolutely nothing was happening for Brighton earlier in the match. And here's Lamptey again. He's just everywhere right now. Uh-oh. And Brighton pulls one back. I wanted the clean sheet so badly. Certainly a game where we deserved it. But Lamptey has come on and just changed the game. Brighton has gotten a little bit more of a pep in their step. A little bit too little, too late, if you ask me. But I'm sure they'll be happy to get their goal. I'm not too sad to give it to them. As Neto breaks his way into the box. Can't find anyone with his pass. All right, that has got to be full time. 4 minutes, 94 and a half minutes when it only should have been 91. They definitely wanted Brighton to get another one, but yeah, we easily won that game. Not really any issues at all. Brighton scoring the one shot that they had at all. Not really much of a surprise. That's what the AI tends to do against me, but just like that, we are going to move further on into the episode, play our next game against Norwich, which should be another game where we should be able to rest a good amount of our players, get in some fringe, and still, you know, win the game easily.
Thank you for your...
All right, we've got some scout reports in here. I'll tell you guys if anyone is worth signing. All right, Dare Bryan, 17 years of age with a great beard on him already. $1 million in value. I am going to sign him up. We'll see another player with a good valuation on him, high potential. All right, that was all that we found today. What are they looking like in the youth academy? All right, so Dare Bryan at a 61 overall. Almost looking like he'd be better placed at cam. So I might see if we can switch him into that position. Cam, it will take him 2 weeks. Let's see what happens then. And we also picked up Billy Watkins, who is a center mid, and he looks like he can play center mid pretty well. 4-star, 4-star, 58 overall. We'll just add a random development plan onto him. Work on his passing a little bit. All right, into game number 2 of today's episode against Norwich, not Norwich City. And we've got some tired players, which is fine because I do fancy making some changes here today. All right, that looks good for the back line. The midfield, I mean, guys, we don't need our strongest team today. All right, let's bring in Kokchu and Zinchenko, kind of our backup pairing, if you will. A little bit less defensive than usual. Smith Rowe can probably start today with no issue. Jesus is looking tired, so Nketiah will start the lines up front. And Saka and Martinelli benched in last game will play today's game. And hopefully they're able to get off to a good start here against Norwich, a team which we should certainly be beating. I mean, why would they be beating us? I have no idea. Probably because we're playing on the hardest difficulty, playing here at the Norwich City Football Club Stadium. Carrow Road, the Canaries taking us on. And wow, look at this angle. It's very close to the players. These championship clubs, they got weird stadiums, man. I mean, I don't even know if you can call Norwich a championship club. They're kind of one of those, what do they call them? Seesaw clubs that just go back and forth between the Premier League. And Nketiah makes no mistake with that pass from Smith Rowe, turns his defender, and scoring his first goal in today, and his first goal in a little while. I feel he's been a little bit slower than last season at his start to the season. He played so well in our Europa League games, but those were different games, you know. This season, he's going to have to play these types of games in the Premier League. Definitely a more competitive league than the Europa League. Maybe even in the Champions League. I mean, we only have one more game left in the group stage. And I need my best players in the knockout stages of the Champions League. So, I don't know how much time Nketiah is going to get. Because we're going to need Jesus. So he's got to make the best. And I'm defending right now when I'm conceding. I was nervous. I didn't know what was going on. The camera angle's throwing me off. And Sinani, I'd actually like to take a look. What are the ratings like of this Norwich team? 75, 75, 71, 74, 72, 71, 77. 77 Goodmanson is pretty good. We've got this generated center back at 75, 70, 72, 75. Yeah, I mean, their team is arguably, you know, good enough to win the championship, I guess, right? I mean, they didn't actually win the championship, or did they? It was them or Watford that won it last year. And Martinelli, sorry, Tim Krul, you're not keeping it cool today. And Martinelli makes an instant reply. He's one of the superstars of the world now at this point in the career mode. 86 overall, soon to be 87, I hope. And just make our attack even crazier. Hits that with the outside of his foot. Absolutely dirty. Martinelli through to Nketiah. Kochu! He finally scores, man. It's taken this long to finally get him in the score sheets. And it might just be Norwich City, but I am glad to see him get that. And Nketiah passing it into Martinelli. A quick pass into Kochu. He turns and he finishes it. He's got a 5-star weak foot, so it doesn't really matter what foot he shoots it on. He will be able to hit it with power, and there wasn't too much power on that shot, but I'm glad to see him get his first goal. His first goal in the Premier League since signing with us. His first goal in any competition since signing with us. And maybe now that he's scored, it will get him off to a flying start. And he'll just start scoring goal after goal after goal. And they're going to call halftime there. Interesting. Never would have called halftime for the AI there. I guarantee you that. But at halftime, 3-1 up. It's looking like it's going to be another win. All right, halftime. Don't really feel like making any substitutions. We'll just leave it how it is. We've got a game against Wolves coming up. And then Victoria, which is the must-win game in our group stage, because with a loss, we are putting ourselves at high risk of getting knocked out. Marseille only needing a win, or even a tie, actually. A tie might bring them ahead of us, depending on what they, what happens to us in the game if we lose. I don't know. I don't even want to think about it. We should be able to beat Victoria anyway, so it shouldn't be too much of a problem. Martinelli plays it back into Tierney. Tierney sees Saka! And Saka heads it over the bar. It gets given as offside either way. Oh my god, guys. This player here is invisible. He has no head. What is going on, guys? Oh, now he has a head. Well, hopefully he gets given his head back as he tries to close down Kokchu. Referee, there's got to be something illegal about what's going on here today. I can't have the headless man is on the ball. The headless man is in the box. I can see into his soul about the integrity of football as we know it. as Saka makes it 4-1. Maybe you guys would have been able to save that goal from going in if one of your players had arrived to the pitch with his head on his shoulders. Gonna bring in Odegaard in the end of this match, as well as Party, just to shore up our lines a little bit, and that looks like it's gonna be it. All right, Saka, good job. I appreciate the effort you put in today. He had a few chances to score. Finally gets one. That might be his second goal, actually. I've absolutely no idea who scored today anyway. I do know that Nketiah got one. I know that, obviously, Saka just got one. Oh, my God. It's too easy, man. And Nketiah gets his brace today. That's going to be a good confidence boost for him. Saka getting an assist. Great game by him today. And 5-1 should be the final score. Never mind, it's 6-1. Saka with another assist into Odegaard. And it's just too easy here at the end. Maybe Odegaard is a little bit overkill here against Norwich. Maybe I should have just left him on the bench. I feel bad for embarrassing them. The fans are booing. Oh, as Nketiah has a little bit of afters there after the whistle has been blown, but that is going to be the win. Okay, so who scored today? All right, how could I forget? Martinelli Kokchu getting his first goal, and Saka with 2 assists and a goal. And the match being given to Martinelli. I would actually probably give it to Bukayo Saka. But yeah, another win, and just hopefully building even more points on our way to trying to get this Champions League trophy, yes, but this Premier League title more pertinently. All right, and we come up against Wolves. Only 1 point here against Spurs, but if you look closely, we have a game in hand. So win today could take us 4 points ahead of Spurs and 12 points ahead of third place Manchester City. It is a 2-horse title race. And as I feared, it is against Spurs. All right, so we do have our Champions League, all-important Champions League final group stage match coming up after this game. So theoretically here today, we could make some changes and not feel too hard done by about it. Smith Rowe played well yesterday, but we're gonna pop him on the. You know, Odegaard isn't even gonna come today. All right, I don't even want the option to have him because he's just too good. Party and Rice, they'll be fine today. I'm going to let them play. I'm going to let Saliba and Gabriel play as well. Livramento, let's get him in with a game. And apart from Vieira and Tomiyasu coming out, am I going to make any changes? You know what? I am, because Saka, while great in his last game, Marquinhos played so well that game that he came on that I feel like he deserves a chance to play once again, and so that is how we're going to line up today against Wolves at the Emirates. We've played amazingly so far this season. Our only win coming to Man City in third place, very far behind us. Gabriel Jesus on 15 goals so far this season. Can we continue our winning streak in today's episode? I hope so. Game number 3. Let's get it done, and let's get into our group stage match, our final group stage match, with a hot run of form. You know what I'm saying? Oh my God! How did Ramsdale say that? It wouldn't let me select Livramento. I kept trying, and it just kept giving me the wrong player. All right, now Marquinhos is through. And Marquinhos does not make the same mistake that Martinelli made. And Marquinhos coming in he's been playing great. I mean, honestly, the team is just, it's at that point, guys. We need to win the Prem this season, and we've got to get that Champions League trophy. We're ready. I really do truly believe we're ready. Jesus firing at all cylinders. Our rotational players able to come in and destroy Premier League opposition. All right, Ramsdale picks that up. Ramsdale, you know, I haven't really talked much of him because he is just that reliable guy that we have in net as Jesus runs through again, dispossessed. But yeah, I mean, I've always been able to rely on Ramsdale. He did have some issues come the start of the first season where he was just missing shots. But ever since EA has made that patch to fix goalkeepers a little bit, he's definitely been more stable. As Marquinhos makes it 2-0. And, you know, just backing up what I'm saying, our rotational players, people like Marquinhos, Vieira getting the assist, Livramento, Zinchenko, Kokchu even, White, Gvardiol. None of these players are in our starting 11 on our best day. And they could probably start for any other team in the Prem. Guys, Marquinhos is... I don't know what I'm experiencing from him right now. I thought that shot was a little bit weak. But it just had enough loft and enough accuracy to just take the goalkeeper out of the game. Goalkeeper just not able to get his hand to that. And Marquinhos is really responsible for us winning this first half, 3-0. All right, that's halftime. And I'll hold my hands up and be honest that I really kind of was starting to doubt Marquinhos, even thought about possibly needing to get a replacement in for him. I take it all back. Something has happened with this man, and he is on a rampage. Are we going to make any changes? Since we're up 3-0, I think it's a smart idea to do so. Let's take off both our center mids and get Zinchenko and Kokchu in there. What else should we do? You know what? Let's bring on Smith Rowe in the left mid position. Oh, so he can't play left mid anymore. Is that what you're telling me? That's kind of dumb. All right, you know what? I don't even care if he goes, if it's not his preferred position. I'm going to play him there anyway. Smith Rowe going in at left mid. It's been a long time since he's played there. Well done, Livramento. All right, yeah, I think I will take off Jesus with our next stoppage in play. Which just so happens to be a Jesus goal. Oh, yeah, you know, he's not needed anymore today. He's gotten his brace. He may want the hat trick, but I'm sorry, buddy. Look, you're great. You're perfect. I've got no complaints about you. But I want you fit for this game against Victoria because, look, man, if we don't win that game, then the dreams of this season are essentially over. If we don't do well in the Champions League, I'm not sure I'll be able to live with it. So we'll take Jesus off, getting Ketia in again. And I'm absolutely loving how much we can rotate our team. It makes career mode so much more fun for me when I can just, you know, shift players around, give new players opportunities as Livramento shoots that one over the bar. All right. Nketiah goes past the goalkeeper, caught in no man's land, and he makes it 5. And Wolves have just played terribly today. And Arsenal's playing like Man City now plays like in real life, just coming into these Premier League games, putting 6, putting 5 past our opponents. I don't know what the goalkeeper is doing there, and Ketia is always going to take that past them. Kokchu fancies a run. Wow. He just absolutely tore Wolves' defense to shreds there. He just ran all the way from midfield. The space kept opening up for him. And Kokchu gets his second goal in 2 games. Maybe his floodgates really have opened. Swung open. I mean, I don't know what their defense is doing there. Ultimate difficulty just doesn't seem to do to me what it used to. And that should be the final scoreline. I do want the clean sheet today. I didn't want to, but now we've managed to get the clean sheet. 6-0 in the lead. 6-0 to the Arsenal. Man of the match, Marquinhos. Okay, Victoria, a must-win game here today. Our players looking good on fitness, which is always nice to see. Maybe switch around our center backs. I'm going to go into the pre-match press conference today. Let's see what they have. Are they going to finally have something interesting? I doubt it, but let's take a look. All right, it's been a decent run so far, and you're only just one win away from clinching qualification from your group. Are you confident your boys can go out and get the result you need? It's in our hands. It is in our hands. I agree. You know, it's up to us. We win today. It doesn't matter what else happens. We will be into the next round. Last time we ripped them apart, winning 5-0. Wow, did we really? I guess let's stay humble. You know, just because we won 5-0 doesn't mean that it's gonna happen here today. So we've got to be careful. There may be some fatigue in the camp after the win. Am I planning to rotate the squad today? Like I was saying yesterday, man, I can change things around, and I know what to do, and it seems to work out for us. And I think that is going to be the end of the press conference today. Okay, that was not a bad press conference. I appreciated that one. Let's get into the game. Victoria Poznan have yet to win a game in the group. Now, we said we were going to make some changes. I think that we'll bring in White and Guardiol. Don't think it's too dangerous of a thing to do. Apart from that, though, I don't really think it's wise to make any other changes. We'll put out our strongest team. We just need to win, and I'm gonna make sure that we win. And I'm not gonna think we're too good for this squad and put in a weaker side. We may beat them 5-0 last time, but here at the Emirates today, it is a must-win to keep our Champions League dreams alive. Other teams will be licking their lips around Europe that we lost 3-0 to Porto. Can't let that happen again. And I think that this is the best way to make sure that we don't, put a statement win here today against Poznan. Oh, another Champions League night, baby. Now, can we just start this game off with a nice goal? I don't want to go down and have to make our way back into it as Saka rinses their player. Oh my god! And we almost did start off early, if not for the Victoria Poznan, or let me just say Victoria. Victoria keeper getting involved. Saka whipping a ball in. Odegaard not able to get there. Into Party, into Jesus! Oh, we are knocking at the door already 5 minutes in. That's what you like to see. Odegaard. Another save by the goalkeeper. And it's looking like I don't even know if we're going to be able to beat him today. Saka! Saka into Odegaard. Odegaard plays Saka! And he finally breaks the deadlock after 25 minutes. We have been all over them. Victoria has had nothing to say. And finally, their goalkeeper is beaten. He's probably been their best player so far. He's stopped a good few chances from going in. And, he might be a little bit hard done by to not save that one. He might be a little bit peeved at himself. But I'm not going to complain. Victoria in the box are going to score. Oh my god, Ramsdale. Thank you. Thank you for keeping the game in our hands, man. Their goalkeeper made a couple of saves. It's only fair that our goalkeeper makes some saves. And Ramsdale is... He's 85, He's started to become one of the lower rated players in our team, crazily enough. When we started this career mode, I don't even think we had an 85 rated player. So the fact that that's one of our lowest rated players now is really just showing how far we've come. Oh my god. Not sure how the goalkeeper saved Odegaard's attempt there. But Saka scores again. And I'm starting to take a deep breath, feeling like the group stage is ours. Look at this save, though. What a save by the goalkeeper. He's going to be so pissed at his defense this game. He's been doing everything he can. And this game is starting to remind me of that Manchester City versus Copenhagen match in the Europa League, in the Champions League group stage this season, where their goalkeeper was just making incredible saves. And he was probably man of the match, honestly. Even though Manchester City won 5-0. He was still a standout player. Well done, Tierney. And I think it's about to be halftime here. Unless we can get one last attempt. Odegaard, guys, they just let Odegaard run straight through. Of course he's not going to miss that. He's going to make that 3-0. But how did they allow that to happen? All right, Victoria seems to be giving us the same performance they gave last time. And in that case, I think we make a bunch of subs. Let's get everyone off the pitch. We don't want to take any injuries today. I think we can just fully rotate. Yeah, we're going to fully rotate. We're going to make 5 substitutions at halftime. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, yeah. And I still think that we'll hold on to our own. They're not going to score 3 on us. Ooh, Smith Rowe finds a nice ball into Neto, who gives it off to Nketiah. I wanted to give Nketiah the goal, you know, boost his scoring stats just a little bit, shamelessly there. And it's 4-0. And I think at this point, we can sim to result. I don't think there's any point in playing the rest of the game there. 5-1. And Nketiah gets another one. Hovel gets one in the 85th minute, but it's not going to matter, as Olympique Marseille beat Porto. So if we had lost today, we would have been knocked out of the group stage. Marseille did all they could. Oh, and who is going to be the Ballon d'Or winner? Mbappe, Haaland, João Felix, or Salah? It's a tough one, man. I mean, Man City didn't qualify for the Champions League, so I don't know if you can give it to them. Liverpool won the league, so did PSG. Atletico Madrid won the Champions League, didn't win the league. Who's gonna win it? Jesus, still top goal scorer in the division. Haaland right behind him. De Bruyne, top assister in the league. Right behind him are Saka and Jesus, as well as Kane and Odegaard joint there on 6. Martinelli sneaking his way in there ever so slightly. Ramsdale not doing so well in the clean sheets this season. I feel bad for him, but it's just so hard to keep clean sheets. Even though we're at top of the league, definitely most goals scored. It's just so hard to keep that clean sheet. But before we go into our game against Everton, I want to take a look at who we're playing in the next round of the Champions League. In the round of 16, actually, we should be able to go into standings instead of just looking at it on the calendar. Let's take a look. Oh, it doesn't look like we're going to be able to see it from here. All right, well, Juventus and Liverpool have gone through. So we could be playing Juventus, Inter Milan, Real Betis as Man United goes crashing out. That is just funny, man. That is just funny. Bayern Munich gets knocked out of a group with PSV. How is that possible? Real Madrid beats Bayern, then Bayern loses to PSV and draws to Sturm, and then they beat Sturm, and then they lose to Real Madrid, and they beat PSV, but it's too little too late. All right, in Group C, PSG tops it with a perfect record of 6 wins, and Leverkusen manages to get second there. Chelsea wins their group, Borussia Dortmund behind them, and Roma wins their group with Barcelona crashing out. That kind of makes me sad, man, because I wanted to play against them in the knockout round. But all right. So who are we playing? It looks like AFC Roma. We will be playing Roma in February. So now we've got a little bit of time to wait before we've got to worry about the Champions League again. Now we focus on the EFL Cup, the Prem, and the FA Cup coming soon enough along. January looking like it's going to be a pretty dead month at the moment, which is nice to see. We'll probably get some FA Cup games in there. But yeah, we'll probably play this Everton game today, and then we will end off the episode. Let's get right into it. All right, ladies and gentlemen, so before we get into this game here against none other than Everton, I want to show you guys some things that I've done in the settings just to keep you up to date. I have changed some stuff. Obviously, we still are on ultimate difficulty, but I changed some of the sliders here. So as you can see, I've been looking through the forums on Reddit. There's a great forum called FIFA Careers, and the kind of general consensus is that 75 injury frequency with 20 severity is the best way to keep injuries realistic. We'll get more injuries. We've only gotten one, and I think that was to Kieran Tierney at the end of the first season. Kieran ended up going out for, I believe, 4 or 5 weeks or something like that, which was, not a terribly long injury, but the problem is we're just not getting enough injuries. I don't want to just turn it up without turning severity down, because then we're just going to lose our whole team to injury. But I think 75-20 is going to be more accurate, especially for Arsenal. I mean, Arsenal gets so many injuries. Apart from that, I haven't changed anything else on our side. I have changed some things on the CPU side. So I've set their sprint speed to 53. We've been dominating this season. I'm just giving them a little bit more speed, and I've bumped up their marking to 60. Just to make it a little bit harder, increase the potential for us to lose some games, because so far we've been playing so well. 4 points clear at the top of the table, 13 wins, 1 draw, 1 loss. Not too far off how we're playing this season. Either way, though, I still think that it's probably for the best that we switch it up. I might just keep tweaking it, switching it around. We'll see what ends up happening. But without any further ado, we have this game here against Everton. Looks like they have Dele Alli in the center there. Mason Holgate, I think it's Mason Holgate. Mina, McNeil there, Decore in the middle, Moise Keane up top. It's definitely a strong team. In terms of our squad, I'm going to be honest with you guys. It's been a little while since I played that last game that you guys just saw, so I'm not exactly sure what team we just played, but I do know that Saka's looking a little bit tired. He has been playing lights out recently, but I think it's only fair if we put Marquinhos in. I think Marquinhos deserves a little bit more of a shout than he's been getting. Guardiola's a little bit less tired than White, so we'll stick him on the bench. Air's gone up to an 83. Maybe we pop... Oh, it's hard for me to figure out what to do here today. I think we're just gonna leave it like this. I'm noticing Rice is up to an 87. Yeah, we're switching the sliders around a little bit. Let's keep our strongest team in there. Last thing I'm gonna do before we hop into this game is I'm gonna change our jersey back to our regular. I don't think that we need to alternate to play against Everton. Dele Alli standing before us, one of the former stars of the Premier League of England, has definitely fallen from grace. And it's time to come here to Goodison Park, get Jesus some more goals, and get the 3 points on these new sliders. So already, wow. Already I feel major difference in the speed of their players. Marquinhos getting caught up so easily there. Wow. So changing 3 on the speed meter makes actually a lot of difference. And I'm starting to get scared, man. We're already playing on Ultimate, Should I even need to put on sliders? I think so, especially with how good we've been playing this season. I'm definitely feeling like the CPU is already marking me way better. As you can see there, Marquinhos getting tackled instantly. Maybe 60's too high. Maybe we don't need to change their speed. This is all things that we'll fine-tune. But we'll see how this game goes. Hopefully it gives me a better idea of how to play the CPU. How to, kind of shift around their sliders. All right, out to Tierney. Whoa! Doesn't matter how the defending is. Odegaard was able to get himself into so much space. The marking is up to 60, but still we take the lead here today. Martin Odegaard scoring an unlikely header, and we go into the lead. Tierney is so good at crossing the ball. Whips it in. He tries an acrobatic clearance. I think that was Mina. And Odegaard makes no mistake from about 6 yards out. Also, guys, another thing you'll probably have noticed, or maybe not have noticed, but I've turned the radar off. I just think it looks a little better. I could maybe even turn off some more stuff. But yeah, that's kind of how I'm playing it at the moment. Turning off the radar. Trying to give a little bit more of a realistic vibe, and yeah, the CPU is playing so much better. It's great to see. We're definitely in for a little bit more of a challenge. Alright, yeah, we're going to try a new camera angle. Just give us a little bit more zoom in on our players. I feel like that's probably a good idea. Just be able to see our players a little bit better. It's still, normal enough for me. Let me know what you guys think of this in the comments down below. Thing is I'm probably gonna be I'm gonna be doing a little experimenting now. That's just the truth of the moment, because you know, I've been getting some of your guys' comments. I've been hearing some things. Oh my god, but it's so zoomed in, and Martinelli is through. And he makes it 2-0. And it doesn't look like the camera mode. I actually hate that camera. I'm gonna change it. I'm already gonna change it. It does not feel good to me. I'll see what I can do in the camera settings to get it a little bit closer. But I don't know, that angle just feels wrong. It just feels off. It feels restrictive. I know you guys can't see the players that well on that angle, but it just doesn't make sense. Martinelli doing great, but yeah, I can't have that. Oh yeah, I don't know. I mean, this is just how I'm used to playing FIFA, guys. I tried the other one. It just doesn't feel right to me. If you guys have any recommendations on what you want me to make my camera, I can switch it up for you. I've been talking smack, but they've scored. 2-1, game on. Moise Kean gets in there, and I think I'm just distracted by this camera angle stuff. Sorry that I keep going to settings. It's probably annoying the life out of you guys, but let's put it back to normal. 10-10, default. Why I'm getting these tutorials. We've been playing this game for quite some time. Saliba, Declan Rice! And he scores an unlikely goal. Declan Rice coming in, and I think that's his second goal in the Premier League. Excited to see him scoring. 3-1 up at Goodison Park. And maybe the sliders have to be changed even more. I mean, guys, we're playing on Ultimate. I'm making it as hard for us as I possibly can. And still, we're just winning. We just continue to win. We're not winning like 5-0 today. Although we might win by 4-1 as Saka makes his way into the box and Jordan Pickford not able to make the save there. Goalkeepers still not at their best. Saka shoots to one side of Pickford. Pickford dives to the other. And we come here to Goodison Park. And yes, Everton had half our points. They had 20. We have 40 in the league this season. I mean, what is Pickford doing there? All he has to do is stand straight up, and he saves that. But Saka continues his amazing start to the season, and that should be the end of this game. If I am correct, that should be the end of this game. If I am correct, that is the end of this game, ladies and gentlemen. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, leave a like, comment, subscribe if you're new, and as always, ladies and gentlemen, have a beautiful rest of your day, morning, night, whatever time it might be where you are, and as always, ladies and gentlemen, peace.